Namaste viewers. I am your drugless therapist Dr. Purvi Jayaaraaj. First and foremost, I wish you all a very happy new year. May this new year bring in lots and lots of wellness into your lives. Today, let's talk about what are the pre-preparations that we all need to make before we stick to certain resolutions for this beautiful year ahead. We often make certain blunders in committing to our resolutions or goals with conviction. So let us try to understand those 5 to 10 very crucial points that we need to abide by to ensure that we land up with a feeling of contentment and satisfaction as we approach towards the end of the year. The first and the foremost thing that we all need to consider is the belief system that we all bear. Yes, most of us are consciously full of zeal, enthusiasm and a lot of energy to chase our short-term or long-term goals for the year. But we often forget that the subconscious mind, which is actually the real ruler behind all these tactics or tricks or goals or planning that we do, often fails to help us because of the wrong belief system that we might be hooking onto or clinging onto without our knowledge. So, believing in what you are about to chase is of utmost importance. The second most crucial thing is to understand that if you are bearing on to certain emotional baggages, your energy might get drained and leaked without your knowledge, failing you to reach to the destination that you are aspiring for. Certain emotional baggages, traumas or certain preconditioning often makes us lethargic, inconsistent or maybe create immense self-doubt in us, failing us to reach where we desperately want to go. The third most important thing that often we fail to give attention to is the reasoning that we give for the goals that we want to chase. For instance, if you are telling yourself that you want to go to a particular destination or achieve something because you are jealous of your cousin reaching there before you, or you are too held up in the peer pressure that you also want to achieve certain goals. Most often we also notice that because somebody has dictated us that we have to achieve certain goals, we have this desperation and anxiety to be or belong where we are logically or analytically wanting to achieve certain things. So giving the right reason where there is a deep inner calling, where your heart and soul is calling for achieving or experiencing something, would be a better reason than working through these stupid negative emotions to achieve certain goals. So, right reasoning is of utmost importance. The next thing that we have to keep in mind and definitely can't afford to ignore is the aspect of blaming others. If for a moment if you think what have been your goals for the previous year and how you couldn't live up to your own expectations, most of us conveniently put the blame onto the other people's opinion or maybe certain circumstances which you feel is the real reason why you couldn't live up to your own expectations. But let me tell you, dear friends, this blame game is only going to pull you further down and not enhance your energy or potential in any manner. So first, learn the art of taking absolute responsibility towards where you want to reach, and for whatever shortcomings, weaknesses or threats that you are facing, tell yourself that what can you do the best to come out of this loop that you have created. So always taking absolute responsibility is definitely going to reap more benefits than easily and conveniently putting the blame onto others. The next most important thing that you need to keep in your mind before you have a planner for the whole year is not being too anxious about reaching somewhere. Anxiety is only going to drain your mental health, and also ensure that you are working towards certain mindset where you are very calm and your inner potential is often strengthened by these beautiful techniques of enhancing your inner strength by your mindfulness practices. So, if you are too anxious about wanting to do something, wanting to reach somewhere, that will only pull you down and also create negative thought patterns in your inner mind without your knowledge. So, these 5 important points along with the further 5 that I am going to explain now is going to definitely help you reach the destination with utmost satisfaction, because I have seen some of the patients, they would have landed up in where they wanted to be always, but then they wouldn't have experienced a deep sense of contentment in spite of all the efforts. So, taking care of your mental and emotional health alongside these beautiful efforts that you are making throughout the year is of utmost importance. The next most important thing is taking note of your behavioral attributes. Sometimes it so happens that we tend to ignore or neglect certain behavioral patterns in us, thinking these attributes can only make a very mild impact. But trust me, if you don't have a watch on your behavioral conditions or certain changes that you need to accommodate to reach to the caliber that you've always dreamt of, these can pathetically fail you sometimes and create abrupt challenges. So, have a watch on certain behavioral changes that you need to accommodate alongside whatever prominent goals that you're planning for yourself. The next most important thing is about perfection. You might be thinking perfection comes as a positive quality. How can this be an hindrance or a challenge? Sometimes when you're too obsessed about perfection, that can create a lot of mental agitation. And with this irritation, we can land up being somebody who cribs about everything. I was just talking about behavioral attributes at the previous point. Nagging, complaining, these can never be a strong positive quality. So, ensure that you are definitely working towards that perfection, but don't be too obsessed about it. Don't put a lot of pressure on others to match up to your expectations. Yes, being disciplined, having a set of expectations from others and ensuring that they live up to the planning that you have done is fair enough. But if you're too obsessed about it and that's relating to a lot of other mental concerns that is pre-existing in you, that might definitely pull you down further. So, work towards perfection, but don't cling to it. Don't give yourself reasoning that just because this wasn't done the way you always dreamt of, you cannot move forward. So, take it a little easy and make way out of every hindrance or challenge that the unforeseen circumstances throwing at you. The next thing is something that I need to definitely emphasize on, that is the energy levels. Yes, we all know how physically fit we have to be to chase those beautiful goals that we have planned for ourselves, but there is also something called as the energy of the subtle senses. So, the prana shakti or the life force energy or the mental energy or even the emotional well-being, the energy that is converted by having that harmony within ourselves is of definite utmost importance to chase the goal that you've always dreamt of. So, having in that mind-body correlation and having enhanced energy levels always helps us to chase our dreams with aspiration, with enthusiasm, with zeal, because a lot of times people tell me that they feel drained, they feel too weak, they don't have enough energy to go ahead, though they are capable, they have the aptitude, they have all the intelligence and intellectual capacity. So, take care of your energy levels by meditating, having good diet, having a good lifestyle. So, having high energy levels is always important, especially when we have a lot of peer pressure and there's so much happening. We also land up doing a lot of multitasking, though I don't advise that, but sometimes we just have to pitch in every different dimension wherever the need be. So, having high energy levels will always ensure that things are moving smoothly and consistently. And last but not the least, have a good clear goal setting. Now, goal setting, I have told in a lot of previous videos, is not restricted to chasing one single materialistic aspiration. For instance, this career or that promotion or this bank balance. Please have a broader vision for yourself. Plan a physical goal, emotional goal, mental goal, behavioral goal, social goal. You can go on making goals depending on how you can be enthusiastic and how you can literally fall in love with your life, depending on certain aspects that you have always felt can keep you happy and real. So, putting certain things in your travel list, having a goal for a family gathering, having a beautiful simple goal to read a beautiful book within a month, such planning and sitting with yourself, connecting with your heart and understanding what you really need to enhance your quality, overall multi-dimensional growth is of utmost importance. So, don't be narrow-minded when you are putting your goals for the year. I hope these 10 beautiful points can be of some help to you as you are all set to chase the year ahead and fulfill your dreams. Well, viewers, I have a great news for you and a great surprise that is planned for you. I am going to now be available to meditate live with you every single day throughout this year. Yes, you can now join us early morning at 6 a.m. to meditate with me for half an hour. The repeat telecast of the same will be done at 7 and also in the evening at 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock. You can now connect with us either in the morning or in the evening and learn the art of mindfulness, which can be a great transcendental shift for your life. Well, if you are willing to join our meditation group, which we have named as Self-Love 365 Days, you can connect to us with the link that is given in the description box. Once you register, you will be given a link on a daily basis just few minutes before the meditation starts early in the morning at 6 a.m. You can also give this to your loved ones and help them give a true meaning to the soulfulness or the mindfulness experience that we all deserve to live in this coming year. Thank you so much for watching. Many such videos are already piled up in our Dr. Purvi Jayaaraaj YouTube channel. You can subscribe to our channel, like and also give a thumbs up to our work if you appreciate it, and kindly share this information with your loved ones, as we are all enthusiastic about good vibes and good energy coming up in this year ahead. You can also now join us on our wellness community. All you have to do is to click on the community link that is given in the description, and you can get regular updates on all the information that we have been sharing with thousands of people over a decade of experience. Thank you so much for all your love and appreciation, for all that encouragement that you have given in the previous year. We look forward to have a great relationship with you in the coming year as well. Thank you once again and Happy New Year. Namaste.